swapping out the tanks, step one is to disconnect the tanks from the system. We're going to pull out our first keg, which will allow us to access the nitrogen. You want to be careful not to mess up the tubes. You don't want to pull them too hard or crank them. There's your nitrogen right there. The pressure gauges indicate what they're set at. We're keeping the cold brew at 30 and the nitrogen at 55. This is where you adjust them right here, and the nuts knock them in place, lock them in place. You use a screwdriver to adjust. So to swap out the tanks, first we're going to turn the nitrogen off, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So we're going to turn it all the way to the right. Then what we're going to do is vent the pressure from the tanks. Each one will have a little pull tab located on the top of it, right there. You can tell which is the nitrogen and which is the cold brew because the nitrogen top goes on the middle while the cold brew goes on the side. On the nitrogen tank, that part is not used. They're also labeled on the top of the kegs, in and out. Out goes directly to the tap, in goes from the nitrogen to the keg. The out lines are clear, the in lines are red. So now that we've assured our pressure is off, we're going to vent the headspace by pulling the rings on the top of the keg. Okay, that's now flat as indicated on the pressure gauge. We're going to do the same one to the keg in here. Next step is we are going to remove the outlines, which are the clear lines that you see the coffee in. It's a simple ball valve. All you do is grab the ring in the middle, pull it up, and it'll simply pull right off. At that point, you can go ahead and pull off the nitrogen. Alright, everything is now separated from the system. At this point, we're going to go ahead and open these tanks up and clean them before we reinsert new coffee and recharge it. To open it up, you simply pull the seal right here forward, and that releases the pressure on the vacuum seal. As long as you've cleared the space out the top, there should be no backsplash. Well, what did I do? Oh, push it down, push it to the side. It requires some finagling. We'll get back to this. But just remember that the nitrogen one is differentiated because it has the stem that goes to the bottom with the bubble stone on it, and the cold brew does not. We'll be right back.